Medal of Honor, the game that I and many of us grew up on. One of the best shooters for the PS1 and the first World War II game I have ever played. Had a blast revisiting this game again and going through all the levels and being immersed in the world. What nostalgia that brought to me. But nevertheless, in this video, I'm going to go over what made this game so great and why I think it was ahead of its time. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and if you want more content, because if not, Winston Churchill is gonna get you. Never once knew the person I'm playing is called James Patterson, nor did I ever watch the cutscenes and read all the missions when I was younger, until I made this video. The story is something you can't expect much out of, but it does bring you down to earth as being a real OSS soldier that's behind enemy lines and completing the task at hand. In this game you have a total of 7 missions, each have a certain amount of levels within them. Throughout your missions the game sends you to France again, abroad a U-boat, a huge Nazi fort called Fort Schmerzen, Rejuken, Norway, the salt mines of Alt-Ossie, Austria, and finally, the launch area of the V2 rocket. All the mission briefings that you read are written from your fellow ally Manon. She is a part of the French resistance and is assigned to being your liaison. At times she even talks about her own missions, which hints at the fact you get to play her in another game called Medal of Honor Underground, which is like a DLC but it's its own game. There also is a hint of flirting / embarrassment of her past. During your briefing about your mission in Rejuken, Norway, she crosses out boyfriend and instead writes acquaintance, but there's not much else on the matter. There is also a secret 8th mission, but it's on Medal of Honor Underground instead. You're sent to a castle east of the Black Forest in Germany to find out what's going on in the secret labs below. I am assuming it was meant to be in Medal of Honor 1999 version, but due to limitations on space and time, it had to be put on Underground instead. Which also gives hint on why there's a Nutcracker skin in the game, and Otto as well. You end up seeing them both during that mission. In my opinion, music and the sound of the game can make or break it. Medal of Honor does this flawlessly, with well done soundtracks that follow you throughout your missions. Gunshots. Voice acting.
Are you new here, sir? Your papers are in order. Sorry, sir.
And even just letting the ambience of the level sink into you. It can get more than scary. Imagine that, but at the age of 6. Yeah, not fun at all. But it did it so well that even today I got a little tense during this mission. The dogs are possibly the scariest of them all, that or the gas mask people. Freaky. And don't even get me started on the Panzerfaust soldiers. Those guys will light you up. The visuals of Medal of Honor really reciprocates fine wine from the lavish fields of France. Okay, maybe not, but even to this day the animations of your guns you shoot throughout your missions look so good. The art style is also a really good touch too, but I do think the best part is when you shoot your enemies. You shoot them in the foot and they start dancing in pain. Shooting them in the groin can also lead to the enemy grunting in pain. Shoot them in the arm and they reach for that arm. If an enemy is damaged enough, they will start to crawl away, or they will raise their gun and try to get one last shot off. If you throw a grenade near a dog, it will sadly pick it up and think it's a toy. I think my favorite animation is when you kill someone in the middle of them shooting. They will begin to shoot their gun as they fall to the ground. It's so cool and so good for a PS1 game. I love the detail. I kinda miss death animations in modern games. Now you just have ragdolls. They look good, don't get me wrong, but there needs to be more life in the characters you play and kill in modern games. The graphics in all the levels are really good and keeps all the spooky vibes you get when playing. Each enemy also has up to 250 polygons, which is pretty good for a PS1 game, especially when they all look detailed like this. The multiplayer, though only 2 players, there are a total of 7 maps: Troubleshooting, Castle Von Trapped, Gameworks, Sightseeing, Follow Your Nose, The Short Line, and Tale of Two Cities. There are a total of 5 classes to choose from, with each one having a different set of weapons to play with. I typed in a few codes, and in total you can play as 27 different characters, some of which are Steven Spielberg's Dinosaur Thing, Shakespeare, Winston Churchill, Otto, whatever he is, Noah, some random time traveler stuck in World War II game, Rizzle, one of those Bond villains with a hat of death, and Panzerknacker, your friendly Nazi nutcase. But anyway guys, that's gonna wrap up this operation. Hope you enjoyed this video and the fun stuff that made this game so great. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, or Winston's coming for you. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.